Hey guys, I'm back with another candle review, and this time around it's for the 14.5 ounce 3-wick cranberry woods candle from Bath & Body Works. The notes on this read tart cranberry, cinnamon bark, forest cedar, and golden amber. This is another candle that's been around for the longest time, but apparently the original Slacken & Co. version was a more like nuanced and robust version of what we have in the current day. Unfortunately, I never really cared for cranberry wood, so even if I smelled it in store during the Slacken era, I never picked it up and bought it. That I really don't have any recollection of that, but I trust the people who do say that it was different. But we are faced with the current day version of Cranberry Woods now, and I'm going to review it. So yes, I don't know when the last time was that I had Cranberry Woods, to be honest. I was just like, I haven't had this in a while, and like, during the fall time, even though it's not fall right now, it's very much hot and 95 degrees out. But when you get into the like fall candle burning mood, like you just want the basic quintessential potpourri selling type of fall candle sometimes. Like they're tried and true and they're like basic, but they come back for a reason in the sense that not everyone wants something super fancy or crazy. If you just want something that just reminds you of like a nostalgic fall cozy moment, then candles like this exist for a reason. And so that's why I picked it up again, just to have it in rotation. I think the last time I had it was when it was under the Deceptive Sun-Drenched Vineyard naming of this candle. But of course we have it as Cranberry Woods here now. So what does it smell like? It's super basic, super generic. It's just a spiced cranberry fragrance that you could really find anywhere. Walmart, Michael's, what have you. Like you could find an equivalent fragrance like this anywhere. It's just pretty much a spiced cranberry fragrance is pretty much what it is. You get that sort of tart, sweet, juicy cranberry, and then just plenty of your like cinnamon and I guess supposed cedar fragrance in there that gives it a more rustic, spicy feel to it, and that's what cranberry would smells like. It's really, there's not much to dissect or talk about. If you just want a quintessential spiced cranberry fragrance for the fall time, this is it. Very craft store-ish, very like potpourri-ish, in the vein of like your harvest gathering and leaves type of fragrances, but even more basic than that since it's pretty much just cranberry rather than like all the apples and berries that harvest gathering or leaves provides. So yeah, leaves is definitely more juicy and has that sort of like fermented cider type of fragrance to it. So it's definitely a little bit different from leaves, but once again in that same cozy potpourri type of fall craft store fragrance category is what you have here. So the fragrance itself is honestly not that remarkable, but it's actually really, really good as a blender candle is what I've realized, because by itself it's just sort of basic and it's just kind of there. And like I think when the weather is cooler and actually in the fall time, you can really appreciate this fragrance, but like otherwise it's like if you're really not in the mood for it, it's just kind of just a very basic spiced cranberry fragrance, but great as a blender. So I've been blending it with pumpkin cinnamon bun, which is excellent because like the cinnamon in this mix with the cinnamon and pumpkin cinnamon bun tie well together, but then pumpkin cinnamon bun is very like vanilla frosting forward, and so if you want like a fruity like extra oomph to pumpkin cinnamon bun, you can add cranberry woods, and it almost gives it like this like spiced cranberry jam or marmalade that you would put on top of the like a cinnamon bun, and it's like a cranberry cinnamon bun, and it's super delicious. The two mingle very well together. It's also was really good with pumpkin pecan waffles as well. It's like good with bakery fragrances that are like where the bakery fragrance is fine by itself, but if you just want to add an extra fruity, sweet twist to it, it was kind of like I had cranberry pumpkin waffles going, or cranberry pecan waffles. And once again, the cinnamon in this really blends nicely like with the spices in pumpkin pecan waffles or pumpkin cinnamon bun. And it was even really good with apple and charcoal in the sense that it was like a cranberry apple fragrance, which is not too different from like what Harvest Gathering might offer for you. But you can mix it with like an apple fragrance to get like a cran apple, like spiced cranberry apple type of even more potpourri experience, just to like add some extra oomph to whatever you're burning with it. So as standalone, it's not bad, but it's kind of boring and basic. But mixing it with stuff is where this one really shines. So that's what I will be using this candle for. As for the performance, it's on its fourth burn. It has the thick rope-like wicks on it, and it's doing fine. It has just the white wax, and just make sure you trim them because the thick rope-like wicks tend to set after so many hours. So I will blow it out here very shortly because it is starting to get sort of hot and sooty. But otherwise, just the usual performance on this candle. Really no issues with it. As for the throw, it's not very strong, to be completely honest. I would say it actually kind of gets lost in an open concept area, and so that's when I like pair this with something else to try to just like get the fragrance going. I would say maybe like a 3 in an open concept area. And if you have like massive cathedral ceilings, you're probably not going to smell too much of this, to be completely honest. But it does go up to like a 4 or a 5 in a bedroom. And sometimes, like, if you just don't want something that's like super strong and going to assault your nostrils, like this is fine, totally adequate and totally fine as a background fragrance and very guest friendly. Like if you don't know what the guest enjoys or likes, you can just have this kind of going in the background, and there's just like a nice, welcoming, cozy fragrance that's not super offensive or gonna assault anyone's nostrils. So like it's still like fine. It's not unscented by any means, but don't expect a super strong powerhouse fragrance out of this. Overall, like I don't need to repurchase this, and it's not like a staple that I need to buy every single year or like hoard it by any means. It's like just a generic cranberry fragrance, but there's a time and place for these cozy, nostalgic type of fall fragrances. And so if you're looking for that, then this is totally fine, and it's great as a blender as well. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.